are now 15 days before a presidential election, and we have to go through 347,000 emails to determine if one of the candidates in that election needs to be indicted.
Russia. We think they're trying to sabotage Secretary Clinton's campaign.
How?
Never spend much time on Facebook.
Hours to go before the polls begin to close.
Wisconsin, you see the lead? This is a sweep.
Dr. Comey, the networks have all called it for Trump. No one has ever succeeded like I have.
I love that. The look on Comey's face, like, oh, blank. Everything that we did to set him up. The Steele dossier, sending in agents to frame General Flynn, wiretapping his campaign, everything that we did to ensure a victory for Hillary Clinton. And it didn't work. What? Oh my gosh, the American people saw through it. Comey's freaking out.
This was not espionage.
No, it wasn't.
This was an attack.
Yes,
You're gonna
it
get
was.
clever, Jim.
Jim Comey, he's both saying he's the me. Really looking forward to working with you. Let's take a picture. We've now been
Yes, he does. Because Trump knew. Trump knew exactly what you were trying to do, Comey. He knew the level and depth and breadth of your sabotage. You're a traitor, Comey. But let's see how Michael Bay spins this, since every investigation came up clearing our president. We now turn to Hollywood.
presented the dossier concerning Russia and its connection to Trump. Putin began cultivating
The dossier that was paid for by the Clinton Foundation, the Steele dossier, is that what you're talking about?
Trump as an asset, dealt with real estate deals, hundreds of millions in loans.
That constitutes a real threat to national security.
Would you like to come over for dinner tonight? Just the two of us? Nobody gets treated as unfairly as I do. It's disgraceful. Sir, I need loyalty. I expect loyalty.
The American people expect loyalty. They expect the people serving our president, who is serving us, to serve the needs of Americans, not your interests. So yeah, he expects loyalty. That's weird. I expect loyalty for my employees. That's not weird. That's just normal. But expecting loyalty for the people that work for you, I guess that's a negative?
The president just committed a crime in your presence.
Stop deciding what we do and don't need
He
to
did?
know.
Hold on. No, he didn't. We spent like $45 million and 2.5 years investigating the alleged crime, and it was determined that no crime was committed in anyone's presence. And that got all ass over tea kettled when he released the transcripts that nobody thought he would do. So if he would have committed a crime in his presence, then we would have known about it. The Democrats spent every waking hour trying to, convince us that there was a crime committed, but none was. But hold on.
So crazy in there. We're steaming towards an iceberg. I want to know what you can do to lift this Russia cloud. If we ever put anything above the truth, it's a bell that can never be unrung.
Was that Carter Page? Did they just show the lovers, Carter and Page? Did they just do that?
If we ever put anything above the truth, it's a bell that can never be unrung.
Is that them? The ones that said they had an insurance policy? The ones that said that Trump will never be president? The ones that said that Hillary Clinton will win like $100 million to 1? Like that, these are the people that you're making a movie about? The most corrupt individuals in government? Interesting. Are they heroes in your movie?
Comey, he's a bad guy. He's a dishonest guy.
Yeah, he is.
Pulled into a conspiracy.
You fired Sally Yates.
Do you really not know how screwed you are?
You went there to put bad guys away, not to help them become president.
He thinks that being right will save him.
Yeah. The president thinks that being right will save him. He thinks that serving American interests will save him. He thinks that upholding the Constitution will save him. He thinks that doing that will give trust and faith in American citizens that he actually has our interests in mind. He thinks that truth and acting in the best interests of America will save him. Well,
It won't.
oh! Damn, Michael Bay. It won't. That's fascinating. He thinks that truth will save him, and Comey just said it won't. They've got a card up their sleeve. They've got levers upon levers upon levers. Who knew that they were going to pull out the coronavirus on us? That was a tricky play. Devious. And that didn't work. We were like, bullshit. So what did they do? They activated Black Lives Matter socialist organization. Right? What? Say their names. Floyd, Breonna. Like there's 8 names. 8 names that we can say. There's 330 million of us. And they're like, say their names. And they can all say their names because there's like a few of them. It's easy to say a few names. It'd be hard to say it if it was mass genocide, like, I don't know, almost every country in Africa. Say their names. Okay. Now here's the thing that usually doesn't happen. People that are doing nothing wrong getting shot. What happened? I was minding my own business. Just hanging out in my office, in the business that I built. I was just hanging out, and somebody walked in and shot me. What? Have you ever heard that story? Unless it's a Quickie Mart or a Mini Mart where somebody's trying to rob them? No. Breonna Taylor, what happened? No knock. Well, why did they have weapons in the house? Question mark. Every single one of these incidents had somebody resisting arrest. Weird. Somebody that's done nothing wrong does not resist arrest. They go, how can I help you, officer? Anyways, let's... Oh, that was it? Comey rule. I look forward to seeing that before the election. You... Washington swamp. Like, it's just so pervasive. So you can't frame him for collusion. So you frame him for obstruction. So you frame him for, son of a bitch. We got nothing else. Unleash the virus. You frame him for being a xenophobe, for shutting down flights from China. Whoops, that was a good thing. Then you frame him for not doing enough to save the pot. Well, listen, Trump can't make fat people skinny. He can't do that. He can't make super sick people healthy to decrease the likelihood of them dying from comorbidity, tertiary, quaternary effects from a virus. He doesn't have that superhero ability. That's called Darwinism, maybe? Like, if your body is such a ravaged piece of crap that if you get a cold virus, you die? Well, maybe the last 40 years of your life should have been dedicated to a level of conscientiousness of what you decided to do to it. Possibly. But apparently this is the Trump virus if you're a Democrat. I have to go poo.